off by talking a little bit about the history of the band so that our Australian readers and listeners get to know a little bit about Kalahari.
Of course, my pleasure. So, where to start? Kalahari begins in 2015, more as an idea. It originated from our actual guitarist, Gabri, and three friends, and it actually took its real shape in 2017 once I stepped in as a singer and Gino, our actual guitarist, second guitarist, stepped in. We are friends. We're friends, bounded by music. We started out in the rehearsal room and on little stages, like every underground band, doing the work. And this is pretty much how we started off.
Yeah. So, what was it that drew you to the band? What made you decide that you wanted to join Kalahari?
The passion I saw in the guys, actually, because when I first heard them, I wasn't really 100% sure about the music, but I could see the spark in their eyes. And then it grew onto me, and by the second, third rehearsal, I knew all the songs, and we were pushing. We were going for it.
Yeah. So, all the band members come from pasts in various metal and various music. Tell us a little bit about how that's influenced the unique sound that the band has today.
Yes, that is very true. And I believe this is one of our major strengths. It's definitely, like, what I believe is that it's having an objective point of view inside of the band. Sometimes you write a song, and since you wrote it, you believe it sounds great. It's your music, it's your baby. So what this difference in between us gives us is almost like an outside point of view inside of the band, and also it's what can create such a different shade in every song, and I think this really comes out in the EP. But the hard part is to make it sound good and to make it sound smooth, and I think we deliver on that.
Yeah, definitely. And when you first started to work on this EP, what were you trying to achieve as a band?
Good question. Great question. Definitely, we wanted to make a clear statement about who we are and what we think of with music. And this is just the beginning, but we wanted to close the parenthesis that was started with the old Kalahari, let's say, and put a strong mark, especially with tracks such as Theia, the title track, and the closing one, Cable Core.
Yeah. So, what kind of things were inspiring you guys when you wrote the lyrics for this one?
It's weird because we, as you probably noticed, we really like metaphors. Sometimes we create metaphors inside of metaphors, which is kind of trippy. But usually it starts from something very simple and peculiar, such as an image, or for example, for followers of the Leech, from a fantastic character that we see in many different contests, such as, for example, Adventure Time, a cartoon.
Yep.
Um, and from that, we build upon uh, with a story. And we really like that the vibe of the songs shows into the lyrics as well.
Yep.
And that, or either an emotion, a sensation, we build our story, our concept for each song. This is how it works usually.
Okay. So how does that songwriting process actually work? Like, who sits down and starts the process, and then how does it get spread around the other band members?
Okay, it's a team job, but usually it starts from an individual. And as I said before, we like concepts, ideas, not just, riffs, pure technical stuff. So if we come up with a riff, uh, we want it to be an idea beyond it already.
Yep.
If someone brings up, we want it to be clear what it's about, and from that it's easier for us to develop then in either in the rehearsal room, or we will meet maybe in pairs and work at home. So usually it starts from that, even just a name, or an
Yep.
idea.
So where was the EP recorded, and who did you work with as a producer this time?
We had the pleasure to work with Jonathan Mazzeo, and we think he was the best choice for us at the best moment possible.
Yep.
We really are humble guys, and we know that we needed someone very supportive and motivating um, for our first real professional studio experience. And we went to Montale in Tuscany um, after the suggestion of my vocal teacher, who also recorded an album there, a great album with his old band in 2016. And best choice ever. Jonathan was um, a great perfectionist and also a great person. He pushed us to our limits,
Yep.
and I think it delivered.
Yep, definitely. So the EP's been released while most of the world is in pandemic lockdown. Was there ever a moment when you considered not releasing the album straight away?
Of course we did. It was pure chaos, and we didn't really know what to expect. But after a while, we got kind of accustomed to the situation, and we said, "Hey, our fan base has expectations. We are a young band, and we want to go on. We don't want to get stuck onto this. Let's get everything ready, and let's do it anyways." People are going to be on their phones all the time,
Yep.
going to be at their laptops all the time. So right now, in an era where digital platforms are so important, it made sense to still go with it and do it the best way we could.
Yep. Has the lockdown kind of changed the way that you've had to publicize the EP?
Yeah, of course.
Yep.
That's also true. Um, we're all about live shows. We think we deliver the most. We really care about sharing um, emotions and also getting to know people at live shows. I think you see a band for what and who they really are on stage. So it was in our minds to push this EP with lots of live shows. A cool release party. It would have been the night before the digital release, so only the people who attended could have gotten to hear this music live before everyone else. But we have to give it up.
Yeah.
I guess we'll leave it for the next record.
Yeah. Do you guys know when you're going to be able to play live shows again? Because we're just going through the second wave of the pandemic here, so we're back in lockdown. Do you guys know when you're going to be able to tour again?
First of all, sorry to hear that. I've heard on the news, and I wish you guys luck. Be safe, but we do know we could actually do something right now, even though the process and bureaucracy, because of all the rules, are very slow. But there are possibilities to play outside in restricted shows, and we have a couple of things, we're stirring a couple of things in the pot, but I don't see any tours realistically happen before 2021 because it's just impossible.
Yeah. And how have you spent the lockdown personally? Have you found this to be a really creative time, or have you just kind of used the time to re-energize?
Lockdown was actually, for some aspects, positive for me.
Yeah.
I had a lot of time for myself, which usually I don't. And, well, I built a vegetable garden at home.
Oh, wow.
I found myself having a green thumb.
Yeah.
Also, metal horns. And Kalahari took a great part of it. We worked on our image and we reflected upon what the band really means deeply to us. So these were the two main things that I got busy with, and I believe that, I'm not saying it's got to be locked down, but if the system we live in gave us a month or so, a year, to just relax and think, it wouldn't be so bad.
Yeah. Oh, look, one of the positives here in Australia is they're actually talking about allowing more people to work from home, but they're also thinking about bringing in a 4-day work week so that people get a long weekend every weekend.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
That sounds smart. It's proof. It's proof that, for example, shorter shifts increase productivity.
Yeah.
And I experienced that myself.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
work less. I work.
Definitely. So I guess to finish off, what would you like to say to Australians out there before they sit down to take a listen to this EP?
Okay. This is also a great one. Future Kalahari fans, what I would like to say is, before you start listening to the Theia EP, prepare yourself to get your expectations changed throughout the listen and to see something different and to be surprised.
Yeah.
This is what this record is about to me in the end when I listen to it.
Awesome. Well, Nicola, thank you so much for chatting to us today. It's been an absolute pleasure, and hopefully one day we do get to see you guys play in Australia.
Hey, can't wait. Let's make it happen.
Awesome. Mate, well, you have a great day, and hopefully we get to talk again in the future.
Of course. Thanks, David.
Not a problem.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.